some low post scoring and energy from, maybe a guy who's third off your bench when it comes to the bigs. That's pretty good.
Nice little back cut there by Raekwon Brown. Box now at this point.
You don't understand. You just don't understand.
Austin throw it up.
Look at it.
Tips it up.
Odom, a nice feed to Richard. Ely, Braylon Smith, and Amajuru start the second half. Amajuru.
Darius Bean brings it back. Talton gets in deep off the window.
Looking to win for the first time in 4 games. Marcus Green off a clean.
They're running and they're executing really well in those situations.
Being able to finish strong. The Titans will have to do that if they've got any chance. Down by 9. Jaden Stone.
Looking underneath for Foray.
They've shrunk the floor like they're supposed to, and offensively they've been able to get some easy shots, and they've hit some threes, which is what they do.
And again, only 9 combined points from Adams and Chapman, the Bulls' 2 leading scorers.
He appears to be pretty much full speed.
The eagle eyes of Carly Smith reporting it looked like an eye injury for Lamont.
Bulldogs are looking for their first official win. Lob to Rob.
Now a face up for Henry. Right hand dribble, no look pass, reverse.
McCray that you can throw the basketball to and he can get a bucket. He was great under the basket with his pet under move, and he had stretched his game out.
Turnover for the Gauchos. Can Poly capitalize? Arbitrating in the middle of the floor, dribble handoffs and rolls.
Sanders fires. Yeah!
Depth and unselfish depth.
Josic.
The game that really came down to the last couple of possessions. Dartmouth had the final possession, but could not get a quality look off over the final 7 seconds.
Four and a half minutes to play. Lions with just 1 timeout left. Williams 3.
To block him out, and that was an easy putback for Lamar Wright.
Tennessee Tech's first chance. Joseph.
25-18, Connecticut. Dejan Ware leads it for Stokes. Just came in the game.
Ingram High School, an elite preparatory. He's going to be a big one here for SU.
Elite athlete. I mean, he can really.
Costly turnovers, some unforced turnovers, and it's kept the Vaqueros.
That time and space to really break out.
Macedon's 1 of 6 from range. Great back cut by Campy.
That's 5 points that nearly went on the board for Eastern Michigan, and 5 that did go down for the Wolverines. Acuff.
Jump, but on that particular one, it was Stroud above the rim. And
Drawn up. It's the same play they scored on to start the game as a Mims up top dunks it.
The Panthers. Booker's got the ball. Backdoor pass. Davis. Reverse layup. Good.
Begin the exam break. They'll bookend that around a visit to Greensboro.
Long pass. Suter gives to Johnson for the win.
Feels like every time it leaves their hands, they've been perfect. They're 62% from the floor, 66% from downtown. They're going to win a lot.
The court. But the Hornets have done a great job also of when you pressure that player, being able to cut it down low.
Far, the only player to score for Coastal has been John Ogiaco, who made 2 free throws, and as well as, and there's a 2.
4 points. 4-point lead for Idaho State. Nice pass.
Toledo hasn't had much of an answer for David Coit, but NIU in turn hasn't had much of an answer for Tyler.
The one possession game.
This is where you have to go inside, Chris. Unless you go inside, and there you go.
Good stuff there from Morgan.
The 7th made three-pointer for UIW here today.
Are their go-to guys when they need to get an offensive rebound.
Backdoor to Fisher somehow.
And Kern just cutting right through. Ball screen here with Persia, and then the look.
Away, putting them on the line, making them make free throws.
Off around the screen.
Beautiful.
And Watson and Gregg, they can play inside, outside. They can guard, as you pointed out, a lot of different players as well. Masic driving hard and gets it.
It's a long season, and you don't know with foul trouble, with injuries. You never know when somebody's going to have to come in, and you got to depend on them.
Metz gives it to Willis, who slams.
Height is there, but the physicality is the next part, and being able to really maintain on possessions.
Oh, that's a nice back.
Empty in the tank, and they go and have a seat. And Green.
The feisty group
Used to winning.
There he is. In this game today, 7 of 12 from the floor inside. Gallant.
Remember to start this season, we are underway in the second half of action as the Seahawks get us going. Looking to come back from a first half.
Didn't let him go in, and he lost it out of bounds. 16 minutes to play. Back door to Shanks, who dunks it.
It's kind of shifty, quick bursts from him, and he plays with a lot of confidence.
Wake Forest starting lineup. They're the only school in Division I to have 4 players averaging around 15 points per game or more.
And they're very, very unselfish. They show.
On 100 wins, he's at 81-83 as the night begins. They won 27.
Defense that time. No doubt. He's got his first 2 of the game, but he has 6 rebounds and 6 assists, and easy for 1 for Jordan.
Guard.
Defense has been stellar so far. 10-point lead. Thompson trying to break.
I would be buying myself a helicopter and a personal pilot so that I could just fly into games and avoid the.
All after the timeout. It's Parker, good fine movement.
Well, you're better off putting it on the rim no matter what. He can go get it there if it's a missed shot. Good feed into
Dockery a three, yes.
Valentine brings it up into the front court. Retrievers will play for the last shot here, up by 6. Underneath for Smith.
Pray.
Black goes to the right side, throws it down low. McCray got 3.
So we still have the media timeout. That was official team timeout. Oh, they try to go alley-oop. Oh,
It's an 8 assists. Mincy goes baseline. Sets up Harvey from the corner. Well done.
5 points and 3 rebounds for him so far with only 1 turnover. The backdoor cut.
Queens has played so well tonight as here's Albury on the breakaway. And
teams that you played on at BYU had high metrics just like this Mark Pope coach team does. At this juncture.
Every day, and when you emphasize something, it typically shows up in games.
Texas Southern just 1 for their last 12. They need it.
Early, George Halkovich said Isaiah Adams is back to who he is after missing 5 games with an ankle injury early.
With Alabama, great sign to see Mbako knock one down early.
Terrell Burden, the floor general for this Kennesaw State team, off to Adam Okoye for 3.
Has been good. Higgins just has not knocked down the triples yet this year.
Absolutely. I think he just has to continue to be confident. Here he is again.
And that
as a result, you mentioned the shooting percentage has suffered.
Fiddler using the screen, popping up from 15.
Again, as we mentioned, the 71st time in 81 games for the talented Bulldog Jr. Here's Antoine.
Bergen lobs it to Parker. Gets it to Arrington for the...
Connected on 4 of 6 from long distance. From 3 to give them the lead. Now that step-through jumper from Hunter.
7:30 left to go in the first. And the Dolphins are up to a 4-point lead. Here's Hayes lining up for 3 out of the timeout.
Completely out of the conversation, Noah Melson. When we were talking about all the talent they have, he is a young one.
Clock and a half per game. Big one right there. Ghost screen set for Tucker by Wingard.
You lost some key players that could really impact the game in a myriad of ways, inside and out.
So take care of the basketball on the other end, and they'll have a good chance to be able to potentially come up with a victory. For Portland State, though, in their case, force tough shots.
But it doesn't appear as though it's been noticed. Turner fires off the inbounds and...
Culture we want to build. We need you to be this way for us to be successful.
Mount breaks.
Poly's got to figure some things out on defense. Roadrunners have hit 5 of their 8 shots.
Yeah, 3 straight games now. Lob and send it in, Jalen Ware.
An acrobatic and athletic finish late in the shot clock.
Bertram 3 again. It's
Royals 12-17 overall, 6-8 in the A-Sun.
There is Anderson.
Big game in the previous matchup. Almost had the double-double. Just a hair short. 9 points, 9 rebounds. The win in Jacksonville. And they run the
front court for the Orange and Brown. So key as they try to clinch a MAC tournament spot here in the next couple of games.
Sam Towns spent a couple of seasons at Ohio University.
His direction.
Well, the Dukes did a terrific job on the offensive glass, but could not convert.
Here's the alley-oop.
In regulation, 42-41. Second meeting of the season between these two. The first was down to the wire.
But great out of the timeout play by coach to get his best player a wide open look. And wow.
Lake Charles, the team had a Zoom call with him. Head coach Tavon Sadler says Assad Lamont was in good spirits, and for that worth.
7-point lead for the Mustangs. They're on a 5-0 run over the last minute and a half. Nice back cut by.
Well, they stretched the court themselves. Excellent on that play.
Thompson, his three.
To improve to 7-1 for the first time ever as a D1 program covering more than 2 decades of history. Will Eames.
Open lane and a finish there from Wicks. They need more of that here in these closing minutes.
Nice feed, max feed.
Aquara throws it down.
That's just wild because that's the most common underneath out of bounds play. The inbounder gets a down screen to the corner. Nice.
I love playing with big guys that aren't just black holes.
Gordon again.
Basket down by 4. McCall over to Powell. Powell strong to the cup.
Only Wave celebrated on Senior Day in Malibu last week. Puts it up. Ajayi pays it off.
The Montana State Bobcats, back-to-back defending champions. Walker in.
Pollock completes the three-point play. He has 7 points, and the lead is 3 for Longwood. Duffy, corner. Jamison for the tie. Got.
Seven of 11 from the field. And the scores, the top scorers have been held in check a little bit here. Sharp, who averages 17 for Austin Peay, has 2.
From Donovan Gregory, huge bucket.
Taylor finds a cutting and Carrier.
He's been sensational, as has every one of his teammates tonight. Hargraves looks to drive. And
see what they got with 6 seconds. Nice play.
To Brickner!
Rebounds off of 23 misses. Bounce pass, backdoor cut, easy.
Bronx started off the half 6-0. And now another back door this time.
Throw to the way their group has competed here during the first half. I mean, they've been right there, obviously, and they've done a really good job.
ASUN Madness officially underway from the Music City on a Friday night here in Nashville. Eastern
here early, so they don't have to worry about that. Nothing comes easy in this very balanced league. Second half underway and a nice.
Drew's 3 of 5 now from three-point land. Bernard, Davis, off of the pick, Riley.
Nate Champion yelling out to Luke Sutherland something. Yep. Here's the alley-oop into Josh.
Look for Julian Samaro, I'd say. 7 seconds, 6 seconds underneath Nicasio. Oh.
They're going to play huge roles on this team. We know June is. We got to get Garrett back. Nice play.
There's a good pass on the.
Back to Abercrombie, and you.
Clark, he's on the bench now, part of Bashir Mason's staff. He scored 3,058 career points. And look at the alley-oop.
For Jacksonville State, he hadn't had an opportunity to throw but one up.
And he is back in the game now. Quickly shoots the 3, and he hits.
No one wants to leave a good shooter.
was kind of wild to me watching that St. Bonaventure tape back, though. Sometimes how many times he gets long.
So he can't be a part of the all-rookie team, but if it was like some leagues and an all-newcomer team.
And Anaruna's going to come out, grab it, got to put it up for the win.
For this losing streak.
All right, so you're coaching LaSalle. What is mentioned in that huddle as the way of play is going completely against them?
They've had so much success getting the ball in the paint. I think that's where they got to look. Jameer Chaplin, DeAnthony Gordon, getting those guys touches in the paint or opportunities for them to get downhill. As Bradley.
'71. Here's Brumball. The skip into the corner. The three up.
So trying to cut this down to single digits. Goodrick.
It's tough to play on the road when nobody wants you to win but you. Nice curl cut to the basket.
Situations. How about Fordham dominating the offensive boards today? 17. Find Rose.
They almost needed the chopper. They had to send a couple people back with water for me.
Whoa. Nice feed.
Best players.
And of course, oh, look at this. Oh, no!
With 8 minutes to play.
I love Miles Che. His game is fantastic. Tyler Johnson drives Trey White kick and a 3 for
a lot of success here in the American Athletic Conference.
That 2016 Tulsa team, the last Golden Hurricane squad that made it to the NCAA tournament. Oh, wow!
For 40 minutes or more if you go into overtime, and that's the percentage game that South Carolina's playing on defense. Ooh, nice screen. Cut.
Prim, nice.
Miller driving past Pettiford with the reverse goal.
Bobcat advantage.
And again, I've been pleased with Texas State on the offensive end thus far. I feel like they've really been moving the basketball.
That is an area that Jacksonville can struggle in.
Really good defensive team. They've got to try and find some offense here to win this opener.
Well, in a game like this, if you can play solid defense, give yourself a chance. You've got a shooter out there in Pepper.
It's the guards of Maris moving their feet, and now backdoor.
Dan Earl with his team. Look, I want to have more discipline down the stretch here. We're a good enough basketball team. We just need to play with.
3-point shot so far. Well, 0 of 6 for you, Albany, and 2 of 5.
That is.
For Broncos.
Oh, I was potty trained out of the womb.
Nice pass.
Underneath.
About the 10-minute mark of the second half.
And Heyman reject.
Not great for him. Still 39%, but they find Lane on the back.
Hawaii ball, and because it's recovered in the backcourt, they put up 30 on the shot clock. Justin McCoy on the drive. McCoy.
Second sticking away. Pruitt working hard to get away from Devo. McCormack for the tie. No.
Beach, Stroud, George, Lucina Traore, Jadon Jones on the floor. Good give to
player for Presbyterian.
going underneath Pember. They left him wide open for a split moment. That's all he.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Just a little early on the tip. The ball hadn't fallen off yet. There was still a chance, and so they're going to call that basket interference. And
offensive goaltending. Backdoor by.
Skill play right there by Scott. Scott, the junior out of Raleigh, North Carolina. There's a feed for Zapala.
Under 6 minutes to go here. Again, a chance to get to Indianapolis, the Final Four, Indiana Farmers Coliseum.
In the corner, Hubrick's three.
Yeah, that's the similarity that both teams have.
Side of the defense, and I think that was Stephen Verplanken, and he was there but just didn't finish the play by getting between Price and the basket.
Jones with some space. Two-hand.
Last on the floor for the Beavers right now. 3 true freshmen, 2 true sophomores. Lob underneath the Craig, who lays it up.
Anderson to lead all scorers.
That movie will be out in March.
Oh, my.
Offensive in the second half. They've also improved for UMass Lowell, though. They're shooting over 40%. Koulibaly down low. And he's
a tough kid. His dad played football at Idaho, as I think you mentioned, and he was an outstanding high school football player.
KC. The Cajuns by 3 points in the second half, but that deficit was a big one. After the first 20 minutes. What I like about
College Grove, Minnesota. Allen has it at the head of the key. Now lobs it for Brown, and he will float it home.
Roaming the sidelines. Happy that you joined us here on this.
Maybe an issue with Jordan Butler in foul trouble. Quick 3 off the inbounds.
Never a dull moment with Bruce. Oh yeah, fast.
Like the herd that spins the ball on his hook.
That's retro.
Flip to the goal for a rim run.
Middle Tennessee comes here over the weekend. Final regular season game against Louisiana Tech in Ruston. Boykin drives.
Scariest thing in my life.
Foster, straight on 3. You can tell the skills are there. I mean, he's got everything, and that was a great.
Chard and Patrick Emilian in the latter stages of his career up in Kalamazoo. Moss slips that to Simmons through the cut.
Oh, maybe on Bruns? Yeah, it certainly was a hold, but yeah, I mean, as scrappy as this game has been, that's one that's kind of been let go a few.
A little bit. Cleveland going to work hard. Kanyanga. Shot clock is off. Peebles beats.
Have that first play set up, and I'm pretty sure it was against man, not zone. So, Roadrunners, little miscue on that first possession.
Quick one up and hope it goes, and see if that leaves you some hope.
Inbound.
Corner. There's Allen. The way. Oh, yes. Scoring with 22 points. He put up 18 of those, though, in the first half. In the second half, Jimmy Salomon's carried the load. Penguins off the top.
Fields to inbound. Todd has it going right to the rim.
So glad that a lot of people are out watching. This one is a good back cut.
Oh.
And
Hunter down low. DQ. They've got 77. 1 minute to go in this first place showdown. Tate Jones drives for the lead.
Game. They've got now 7 makes from beyond the arc.
And it's man-to-man. You called it. That pass by Musa got him out of the zone. First time we've seen the man-to-man from Utah Tech today. Musa.
Quality, easier looks than Penn State was getting in the first half.
6 points, 5 rebounds for Wahab. 3 in the corner, Burnett.
All right, let's play the second half, folks. We're glad you're spending this evening with us as the crowd rises awaiting that first bucket. Frankie Collins again will run the offense as the point guard. Salamangue will get to start in the second half.
Richmond at one point extended this to an 11-point advantage. Huffman ties.
Game, Fox. We just have to play solid defense if you're Duke. Nate George. Alley-oop. And there go Tibbs.
We're the best in the country.
Akron's been really 12 minutes of game time since.
Brown had 3 points in the first. Here's Tyson.
Inbound pass to the far corner for Threadgill. About a 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A quick shot for Milicic, and we're tied.
Minutes to go, first half in Lexington. 10-point lead at 1 point right now at 8 for the Seahawks. Open 3, good.
Glenn defending up top against Davis.
It's a good matchup because Davis can start their offense. I mean, we may get to the end of the half and he'll bring the ball full court, trying to create a play. Great pass.
They had a season-high 27 turnovers in that loss to Iowa State, 18 of them in the first half. Here's a lob underneath.
Care of the basketball. Eagles with the ball, leading by 3. Trip to the NCAA tournament on the line. Wide open 3. Falwell got him.
Colin Granger, 32 for Western Carolina, physical guy, transferred from Ohio University. Not a big scorer. See if he gets active scoring. He's more of a defender. Does a good job screening and passing the basketball.
Miles cutting, hit by Hamilton.
10:50 left to play. First half, and Charleston up 20-15. Pass underneath. Fritz, another.
The Big 12, and I think we've seen that so far this season. Says again, if I can get 2 all Big 12 defensive members, that'll give us our best shot at a Big 12 crown. Conference play beginning Saturday.
It just shows you.
This is just a box score online, so but we do trust it a little bit. He only has 1 rebound at halftime in his conference.
Sprinkle about that. How do you do it? Because I'm sure coaches across the country would love your secret to success is O'Neal. Pick and pop.
Break opportunities. They are getting back in transition defense and really walling them off and keeping them from getting to.
Picked up 2 quick ones, was on the bench to portion the second part of the first half. Redhawks on the move. Catfield down low, right in front of Odo.
Establish Javian Davis on the block. Force Juju Reese to have to guard.
At some point, Stanford hoping they have Cannon Carlisle available. Dealing with yourself off the floor.
But they're sending in the right direction.
That's TJ.
Ryan Earl at shoot-around today, he said, well, we're just transparent with our guys. So keep me posted. Who's looking at you? What do they want?
Adams Woods out by the logo. Down by 2.
Bring a ball screen. There you go.
Use it. Up top for Banks. He'll launch one. And fouled on.
Only 4.9 points a game. You're right. He's been a big factor so far with the Sea Wolves. Here we go. Second half underway. One team raises the trophy. Burzovich to the basket.
And so there's going to be a lot of expectation on some of these younger guys. I guess that includes the leap from high school to your freshman year. It's time.
Is this okay? I want to handle this with Xavier Brown, and he has been terrific.
First 11 shots. But what hurt Colorado in that first half is what they've been able to manage in the second.
Began his college career out at Cal State Fullerton.
Oh, strong.
Not to say that he won't be at day's end, but he had that final shot. Inside George, what a feat from a
LSU fan to see their playmaking point guard back. Was out with a hamstring issue on Wednesday.
Has the ball, that was it. Had to go find another home.
I'm kind of I'm definitely a Labrador Retriever
Wait a minute.
guy.
He is.
Side. Why? Because the George Mason defense is so worried about 3.
On a tough loss against St. Joe's on Saturday. UMass, one of the premium offenses in the Atlantic 10, primarily because of this man, Cohen and Cross, and it's Cohen going whatsoever.
Lead is 5. And going cuts him.
Committed less turnover than their opponents. They've won their games. When they haven't, it's been a different story. So that's really what's important for the Broncos here.
Rhode Island trails by 5. Quinn in the game here in the second half. Bounce feed at the base.
Virginia. You know the team from the Final Four back in 2011 in a big upset of Duke. Back in the early 2000s, they go inside.
Transfer from Kennesaw State has been battling injuries all year. He will redshirt. And here's...
His team, but also him. His ability to connect with guys, motivate them. Our prior game where you just get the sense that, whoa, what a feed.
Person, and I'm sure Michigan State, Tom Izzo, Auburn, Bruce Pearl would give a lot of praise.
And back up top, as the lob pass went through the hands of Akuche inside.
With the shore, let's see how Kansas is going to play it. Last time they tried to show him recovery, it didn't work out well. Oh, excellent three ball. Excellent play.
With 7 turnovers, Syracuse had 10 at the break. Over the top and the slam.
What's going to happen? You're going to get bent over and you're going to push back. Look out.
the finish.
Now here he comes. He can go off either way. Horns action. There's the roll. Beautiful finish.
Well, they did Granite, and again, different acoustics.
Jordan Brown and Javon Quinterly, the 5 on the floor for Memphis. Down 10, their biggest deficit. Brown. That's
Jackson. For Quarty, it's a 6-point VCU advantage. Alley-oop try.
Feel like North Texas, while they're down, they have belief that they can dictate the way this second half is played. Only down 5, it won't take much to get back into it.
And here's Bugs trying to cut it to
in the locker room. Whatever point of emphasis that the coach made at halftime, that's the first play that they're going to run. So you can tell they really wanted to get Waters going.
SMU with the basketball in their alternate black uniforms in Tallahassee, Florida, here at the Tucker Center. Number 1 is Zurich Phelps, who last year was 6th in the American.
Again, couldn't tell from that angle right there, but that's a big break for Boston College.
Madsen.
Big 12 in rebounds is David Gasson, but he had that big alley-oop dunk before we went to timeout here in the second half.
A fine passer. He recognizes it's coming, and he makes the accurate pass to lane coming in from the weak side.
And a wraparound pass. They had the home state advantage, and they wound up getting him, and what a key piece he is at Florida.
We can see the shooting getting going right now.
Shamari Allen's been making plays in the second half to move.
Obo in that first half played 16 minutes, 2-4 from the floor, 4 points, 4 rebounds, 2 turnovers, and then they get...
Friedell's had the hot hand.
Jamiri Young, 7 points here in the first half in his 13 minutes. Young came in.
Hakeem Hart just knocking it down quiet in the crowd. An answer perhaps.
More efficient this year is Keon Brooks Jr. for the Huskies.
Nice pass.
There's Wheeler wide open.
The rev, they got it right.
Carter launches.
Monica Torres, MJ Collins, both these guys elite level perimeter defenders, and Mike Young understands how to take out the top of the scouting report as Lynn.
A tough stretch now for Iowa.
These players who watched the Michigan State game on Monday night. Do you know who beat Michigan State?
Certainly.
But every team has had its day. I mean, even Oregon State recently.
He's humble about it with us.
I'll be petty for him.
I'm sure behind closed doors,
I'll be petty.
He's been upset.
And raising just millions of dollars over the year, and hopefully we can get him back on the air sooner rather than later.
Oh, what an... Similar to their game against UNLV, has a chance to get some extra points on a possession.
Great set.
Ballslev open, look for 3.
Third time these teams face each other, St. John Seton Hall. Seton Hall's won 2 straight.
Ohio State could play for the tie or the win. Thornton sends it out. Battle for 3 for the lead.
And is now playing his first Pac-12 game on the road in Salt Lake City.
Both of these head coaches love size. Like
Keita from
back, Jay freshman Stephon Castle. We'll talk about him much more in game 2, but we have what figures to be an exciting conclusion.
Plays that you don't find on a stat sheet.
Oklahoma.
So no shot clock reset.
Inbound Millbrook.
Of buckets.
Wow, okay, I like that.
Cut there, back.
The entire timeout over there after that last travel call on Oscar's club. Yankomovsky wide open.
We are tied at 58, just underway in overtime. Martinelli feeds it. Glencore.
Officials went to the monitor. Nothing need to be handed out there during the timeout. An illegal screen. That is the
They have started the second half 6 of 7, and they lead it by 1 with under 16 to play. Odiaguama
buried inside at Avila on his hip. Easy basket.
Kent. Another layup.
Things rolling.
Yep. It's his world. We're just passing through it.
7-point lead for Villanova.
Change now. Little 2-3 zone by the Pirates.
Under control, playing off 2 feet, and getting to his bread and butter shot here early in the season. Hefner, all he needs is a slither.
In reaction time, Cam Matthews right there for that block. Both teams getting up and down.
Matthews on the...
Austin are back on the floor for Pitt. Jalen Withers
replaces
this
Ingram. Lineup for Pitt.
It is turbo-sized.
Yeah, outside of low, it's 6'7" and up.
Davidson just 2 for its last 12 after the hot shooting start for the Wildcats.
Yeah, look for them to try to get Holmes the ball in the post again.
There.
They like that duck and seal out of their motion, out of their secondary motion stuff, and they'll go to it again.
Jennings off the dribble, and he missed the two.
And a one-on-one game is broken out between Wilcher and Klesman. Here's Max. That's a deep 3.
Personal, the team's third for Santa Barbara. Lobos have it. Joseph screens for Dent. Dent left-hand drive, right hand.
1 for 2, important. Every single possession will matter.
On the backdoor cut, Salas, basket.
From 20 feet, and it all started with that Vescovy shot fake, putting the defense in its
right hand. The reason is when he plays to his left, he's an All-American. When he plays to his right, he's all-conference, but that's the difference.
Think about Eddie Lampkin, right? And what he's done, what he's transformed into after leaving TCU. There are a number of stories like that here in the Pac-12. Lampkin the screen here for Simpson, moving down to 30 seconds. It's a back.
We understand in Philadelphia the Eagles take priority.
Yeah, I hope we're on their quad.
Physical standpoint. And they're going to have to do it without the help, the emotional support of the Pitt. They got to do it themselves. Butler with space.
You shorten that rotation, not able to do that as consistently without those two in the lineup. Sean had his surgery just last night, and he's
the most offensive weapon that they have out on the floor, but can you put him in a situation to switch and attack?
Mahaney all the way. Mahaney.
James Breeding, Brian Dorsey are 3 officials. Standby official is Randy Richardson. This is a veteran, experienced crew. Keith Kimball, 2 national championships and 5 Final Four.
It appears we're there now. Keba, Molly, Bamako.
Handful of times. I still like playing through Wall in the post. There you go. Wall pushed out a little bit by Gary, but they find open Klesman again.
Not able to cut it off. Listen, experience is going to play a role here in this game too. This Michigan State, see right now, operating.
Beaming smile, didn't he? Unbelievable story. As a 1-year-old, he is raising with his girlfriend in Harrison, New Jersey, with the help of their entire family. It takes a village.
Wow! The losses to Purdue, Creighton, and Arizona. Let's take a look at the starting 5 with Nelson, Mahi, Griffin, Estrada, and Sears. Speaking of Sears,
pulling in. We got some more mature players coming back as well. The lead is up to a dozen now. Kolick.
6 over Gonzaga, and they've got an advantage from the foul line. 1 for 4 for Gonzaga, 13 of 16 for Purdue.
Pentagon in South Dakota really smacked Oregon State. You expect the Huskers, they're undefeated. They could easily keep that on pace.
And shoot, 3-point shooter, but Holtman knowing that they've got to score the basketball in many ways possible.
Coach, it's been a battle in the low post thus far throughout this game. And when you think about trying to get the basketball inside, that's the way you do it.
And he has to, but when Radford comes back, who gets squeezed? He does.
Momcilovic.
Take a look at the Duke starting 5. Roach, McCain, Foster, Mark Mitchell, and Filipowski. Tyrese Proctor will not be available again tonight. That first jump shot is...
Why? Because they have great post players. They also shoot it really, really well from deep.
What aggressive cut from Love.
65% in conference play. They show zone again.
And kid only 2, and you're only down 7. You made this run. Nice set.
Hit the high post and cut. Badgers are now 3 of 11 from downtown. Look at this alley-oop.
Oh, it's on the bench, and Jamari McDowell begins on the court for Kansas. Lob and a throwdown.
Maybe not right at the beginning of the shot clock. They had an additional 20 seconds, and he took a tough shot.
Tristan Newton maneuvers with a Euro step inside.